Welcome to the weekly Wednesday reading. I'm starting off with a clearing so that as you enter this video, it is clearing any of the energy and the emotions that are not of the highest and greatest good in alignment with truth, wholeness, and love. And I'm also asking that my channel is clear so that I may bring forth the messages through these cards in highest alignment with each individual who is hearing them. So I'm also reminding you that use your discernment, take what resonates, leave the rest. This is the weekly Wednesday reading for August 20th. And knowing that time is fluid and we are really in a timeless place right now in the world. So whenever you come across this video, there is a message here for you, regardless of when you find it. So we're going to go right into the cards now. And I'm just being drawn to this Star Child Oracle deck. And we're approaching the new moon and this sign of Virgo. So the new moon, new beginnings, and we're new beginnings, and the cards have already just fallen out. So new beginnings, and really this feeling of organizing and really getting everything in order. And I've been noticing this in myself, like with the Virgo energy, really wanting to kind of put everything in its place and be very organized so that I know where everything is. And then it's creating energetic space so that the brain is less cluttered and the body is clear as well. So it happens on so many levels when we work with our environment. So there might be this desire to start, going through your home and going through your closet and maybe purging some clothes, purging some objects, donating, or selling or throwing away, depending on what it is that you're working with and looking at in your surroundings. So all of this can help to really align with this Virgo energy. So we're going to get right into these cards. Oh my God, the children are coming through. The two cards that came together that flew right out of the deck are Star Children and Crystal Child. Like what? Okay, so Star Children, no veils, psychic, different, cosmic inspiration, and light. Okay, so first of all, different. Let's all allow ourselves to be different. Let's all allow ourselves to be authentically who we are. Okay, this is such a clear message, and you know what? I know I'm like pulling right away from this Virgo energy of organization and jumping into this, but I was just speaking with a friend earlier today just about how I feel that I've stepped into another level of just, it's like, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I am going to show up however I show up. I'm going to share whatever stories come through. And it's like being that kind of that rawness of being vulnerable and also being strong in the vulnerability of showing who we are. It's like letting the masks go, right? And that it says something about the veil, no veils. And there's another aspect to this with the no veils right now. This is huge today, okay? For me, this has been happening. So it's interesting that that card comes up, is that I have been piercing through the veil. And it's like literally like getting glimpses and peeks of the past of this lifetime, of situations, places, people in my life, experiences that I've had. And it's like I've got the full embodiment of that experience in that moment in time as a memory that's running through me. And I've gone into multiple different timelines today. So this card's coming through because the veil is thin. The veil is getting thin, thinner and thinner as we continue to evolve. It's just really, the more our multidimensional gifts come online, our psychic abilities, which it says here too, no veil psychic, the more our psychic abilities, you might be noticing you're highly intuitive more than you ever have been. You might be noticing telepathy. You might be noticing synchronicity, signs, messages coming through in all different ways, and really just being in tune where you see things animated. So it's like you're seeing things animated because you're seeing energy now. So when you go outside and you're like, wow, it feels really different, like more alive or more, whatever your perception of it is, just notice that how you're seeing it and see if you're, without trying. It's not about trying and being like, okay, what am I seeing? But just to be observant of how you are perceiving and experiencing the outside world, and also being aware of how all these things are coming in now. So it really is a time where we have a capability of stepping into, again, our authenticity by honoring our intuition, by being clear in who we are. And as we, come into the state where the veil is thinner and thinner, we have access to our guides, we have access to our angels, we have access to our star lineage, we have access to our ancestors. We have, an open communication channel now. And so it's really time to just allow ourselves to speak to them, to speak if we want to, right? We don't have to. It's a choice. We have free will. But the opportunity is there if we want it, if we want to develop our skills, if we want to go deeper into our psychic abilities, it's there for us right now. It's there. Okay, cosmic inspiration and light, right? So I already talked about connecting in cosmic inspiration and light, and by connecting in with our guides and our angels and our star lineage, right? We can receive messages that are we've asked for. Oh, I'm like, let's just see. Hopefully there's enough light here. It's a little dark, but this is what's going to happen now because my light just went out. And I knew that before this call, that there was a potential that this light would go out because I don't remember last time I charged it. So anyways, it's all good. So cosmic inspiration and light, and now we're in the dark. So yes, we have this ability as we tap in and connect in with the cosmic beings, that there is this opportunity to draw in more light, to really anchor in more light within ourselves, to receive those codes and those keys that we are, we have waited for them. It's like collecting soul fragments of who we are in order for us to become more whole. So give me one moment. I'm going to actually turn on one more light in this room and see if that's going to help out. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a little bit of a shade, but it's much better. So yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. All right. So, uh-oh, where did the other card go? Here we go. Okay. So the next card that came through was Crystal Child. Your natural core, pure, innocent, removing falsehood, and seer. Oh my God, these cards are perfect together. Okay, so your natural core. Who are you in your authenticity? Who are you in your authenticity, right? This is so important right now. Your authenticity matters. You being truly you, you being authentic to you being able to stand in your truth, live your truth, own your truth, and not in a way where you're, putting down like boundaries and it's like, "Ugh." It's not about that. It's about the frequency. It's about your inner frequency, your inner authority. It's about listening to the inner guidance that you are receiving because everything is within you. Everything is within. And then taking aligned action so that you are in your authenticity, in the highest and greatest good for your soul. So your natural core, pure innocence. So remember, it's coming back to that childlike innocence, right? Our intuition is neutral. It's not angry, it's not like forceful, it's not pressurizing. It's none of those things. It's neutral. It's unattached to the outcome. So when we can get into a state of purity, of innocence, like a child's, right? And if we've forgotten that, we have to just look to children around us and see how they're playing, see how they're in the moment, see how they are being in their life. And just allow yourself to adopt that more of a carefree nature and a more of a playful nature. And also honoring where you're at. So if you're going through something, this isn't the invitation to be like, oh, just forget about what you're feeling and experiencing emotionally. Like allow yourself space to feel what you need to feel. It's not about bypassing it, it's about allowing it. And it's also an invitation to remove the falsehood. Because when you remove the falsehood, you're removing the illusion. And that's when there is no veil. You're lifting the veil when you remove the illusion, right? You lift that veil of illusion. And then you're in the truth. And then the seer is the last part of this card. What I love about this too is this image, it looks like Hathor. It isn't Hathor, but it looks like Hathor. And it's like, I'm just getting cosmic heart, connecting into your cosmic heart. So, yeah, and that's part of the star children. So, some of you also may be calling in a child. Maybe you're wanting to conceive a child, and this is an opportunity to call in to speak to your child before they are born, before they are conceived, to even write a letter to your child, to communicate with them. Maybe you're having some dreams of them already. So, all of this could be possible as well. So, just keeping all this in mind, there's so many layers to these cards, right? And as they come through, they are the crystalline beings coming through, you know? And the children come into the earth in a way that they are more online, more tapped in, more aware of everything. So if we can nourish that. So if you are a parent right now and you have a young child, if you can nourish them and nurture them and allow them to fully express themselves, there's a lot to learn from our children. There really is. And allow their imagination, allow them to really show you things because they are so deeply connected to the other side. They're so connected as they come in. Okay, so we're going to get a couple more cards here from the same deck. I'm being called to go back to it now. So what are the incoming energies? Okay, Divine Feminine. First one that popped out. Receive your birthright and unconditional love. So that is your birthright, unconditional love. So where does that come from? It comes from the self. It comes from the self. So how do we get into a state of unconditional love? Gratitude is the quickest way to get into that state where we are appreciative of what we have in our life. And so, for me, it's a daily practice, gratitude, and it's not a practice that I actually impose upon myself. It just happens naturally. Like I've gotten so used to feeling gratitude for things that it'll just happen in the spur of the moment. And sometimes to the point where it moves me to tears. So really, you know, it's like what I'm hearing is like pause in those moments. And I know the children are coming through a lot. So if you have children and something happens where they share something with you that touches your heart, really take that in. Like really take that in and really take a moment to pause and be grateful for that. If you have an animal that is with you as well, a pet, it opens our heart. It's a quick portal opener. It just works so quickly, you know, loved ones around you. Maybe you're appreciative because you're working and you're doing the job that you've always wanted to do. Maybe you got an opportunity to go on a vacation. Maybe, like the simplest of things, being grateful for where we live, being able to have freedom and free will to choose to be having freedom on such a level that a lot of people don't have freedom. There's so many things to be grateful for. So coming into that state of gratitude instantly opens the heart and allows us to find that unconditional love. And the feminine is all about holding the space for love. And unconditional love means that I don't necessarily have to agree with others. However, I can accept them for where they're at on their journey. And it's really practicing that deeper level of compassion. Ooh, Arcturians, they have been coming through so strongly lately. Pure white light, DNA healing, sacred geometry. So the Arcturians, and you can see the third eye and the light beaming up into the geometry that's up there. And it's telepathy. Telepathy is happening for so many of us right now. It's like thinking of someone and then they're in our inbox, you know, and it's like happening the instantaneous same time. It's like they already are communicating with us and they might not even know. They might not have their abilities turned on the way we do, but we think of them. This actually happened to me today. I was thinking of somebody and right at that moment, inbox. It was like an instantaneous send out and delivery. It was instantaneous. I think that's the same thing. Sending out and receiving, okay? Well, they delivered. I sent out the, it's a two-way thing, right? So it's coming in so strong and it's like really asking us to clear the channel, the pure white light, right? The pure white light, clearing our channel, purifying ourselves. The more that we purify ourselves, the easier it is to be in this flow and in this like fluidity of experiencing life in this really magical and miraculous way. Because it is available to us all. This is how we're meant to live. We are meant to live a joyful, fulfilled life. We've all just forgotten it. And we're all like, rushing through life, thinking we have to achieve big things, thinking we're not far enough yet, or we didn't, get to where we wanted to be. And maybe the age comes in as a factor. And it's like, these are all stories and none of them matter. They don't matter. So clearing the channel allows us to be present, and that takes away all the story. It takes it all away. It lifts that veil of illusion. I've lost those other cards, but we know they were here. It lifts the veil of illusion and brings us into the truth, to see the truth, to be the truth, to live the truth. So there also might be, with sacred geometry, there might be some symbols that you're seeing too, and that you keep seeing them. So pay attention to that. And then the invitation is to look up, if you're continuously seeing the flower of life again and again and again, or the Vesica Pisces, or whatever it is, look into it. Look it up and see what that symbolism is, right? See what the symbolism is and how it resonates for you. Okay, crown. Right to know, go beyond attachments, divine alignment. So your crown chakra connects you in, right? So it comes into your soul star chakra. It connects you into your aura, connects you into your divine guidance, your higher mind, your connection to your higher self, your own guidance. Like, yes, all the answers are within, and it requires this portal to be open so that you can actually receive what's going on inside, receive the messages. It's not outside of you, it's all part of you. As within, so without, as above, so below, as the universe, so the soul. It's all within you. So you have the right to know. You have the right to receive. You have the right to be fully turned on in your abilities in this lifetime. And you answered the call to be here at this time. You have been training for this for lifetimes. And the time is now. The time is now. So go beyond attachments. Go beyond, like what I was saying about the stories. Go beyond the attachments of what you think should be, where you think you should be, how far along you think you should be, and attachments also to people, places, and things. Allow for the fluidity of your crown to be a receptacle to receive what your guidance is. Because somewhere where you think you're supposed to be might not be of the highest and greatest good for your soul at this time. someone you are with who you think you should be with because you've invested so much time with them may not be the greatest alignment for the evolution of your soul and for your soul's mission and purpose here on earth. And yes, I'm getting to share this. Yes, our biggest mission is to be in divine alignment. Yes, that comes first and foremost. And from there, we receive messages of what it is that we can rise into, expand into, step into, to share with the world so that we can also be in service, whether it's within our own family structure, within our community, within the world as a whole. And the more we do the work on ourselves, that is creating the ripple effect of, no matter, even if we're just working within our own family unit or within ourself, and it's like a solo journey at this point in time, everything we're doing to heal and empower and activate ourselves is collectively impacting the world. That's why even if you're not tapped into what's going on in the world, you're going to feel other things that are happening in your own self. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel impacted by it because we're connected in this interweb, right? So it's really important, again, to clear the channel so that you keep coming back to yourself, to be open, to receive, to connect in to gratitude, because that is going to open, right when you open the heart, it opens your intuition. It opens your third eye. It opens you to receive. So divine alignment, divine alignment. Heaven on earth, heaven on earth. This is it. This is it. This is what we are here for. All are invited. And the number is 11. It's the gateway. It's the spiritual gateway. It's walking through the pillars. It's coming into the temple, the inner temple, right? And then creating the temple of this new earth that we're creating together. All are invited. You are not being left behind. We are waiting. We are waiting for you. All are invited. Fifth dimension, new earth. I already said new earth. Spirit in matter. So spirit in matter, it is the merging. It is the Vesica Pisces symbol. It is the merging of, the physicality and spirit. It's the full embodiment. We see this in Egyptian mysticism of the crown, right? The circle, the sun disk, and the holding space. It's the feminine and the masculine, the spirit and matter coming together, and it's coming into that unification where we are whole. So that invitation with spirit and matter is really about coming. I've been talking about this so much lately, but it's so strong right now. It's the inner twin flame union. It's the inner sacred union, divine union, whatever you want to call it, of the feminine and masculine aspects within the self. Really holding space for yourself on your journey and really listening and taking action when it's time to take action. Resting and action. Receiving, giving, right? It's like we need both energies. So nurturing, right, is really important. That came through, the divine feminine came through earlier. So all are invited, fifth dimension. Fifth dimension, we are anchoring that unconditional love from the feminine. This is one of those readings, I'm just going to be flat out that so many cards flew out of the deck, and the ones that I've already gone through, oh, they're here. Divine feminine. Okay, here we go. Divine feminine, unconditional love, right? Heaven on earth, fifth dimension, unconditional love. Fifth dimension is the Pleiades. So this is the energy of fifth dimensional consciousness, of unconditional love, of truth, of wholeness, of no illusion anymore. And we are already here. We're not waiting for something to happen outside to be, walking through the temple doors to be like, I'm in New Earth. Here I am. Okay. All right. There it is. Oh, look, the whole world changed. Now I can enter New Earth. No. It's the inner temple. It is like here and now. It is already here. It is already existing. It is about where you place your attention. It is about where you're placing your focus. It is about what you choose to engage in. Period. It really is. So the more you can focus on your own peace, your own unconditional love, your gratitude, the more you can experience joy, the more you can experience, that heaven on earth, you are already there. You're already there. That is new earth. You are the pillar. You are the foundation. You are anchoring that energy in for the collective. There are 144,000 beings. This is the prophecy, 144,000 beings that are required to hold the frequency of the new paradigm. Hold it without wavering, without going back into amnesia, without going back into illusion, holding that frequency, and that it will shift the entire consciousness on the planet. So it may not look at this moment in time like New Earth is happening in the entire world, but that doesn't matter, because what matters is what is happening in your world. And it's not a selfish act. Doing this inner work, rolling up your sleeves, doing it, staying with it, being with your soul, being with your heart, being with your emotions, being with your feelings, being with your experiences, noticing like this retrograde. This past retrograde was a lot of purging of past karma, past experiences, past, like it again was like that peek through the veil, but in a different way. Right now there's a peek in the veil, and it's like we're going into like different memories and different experiences and embodying different, like, like there might be visitations from ancestors that have passed over right now because the veil is so thin. So just know that you can keep that communication open and you can really work with that energy. So in that retrograde, there was so much of that upheaval, right? So you might feel a little exhausted. You might be feeling like you're just like, whew. However, there has been a shift. There's been a shift and there's been more momentum. And so it's like also being honoring of where you're at and what you're feeling. And the more you can do that, the more it's not, like I said, it's not selfish. What we do for ourselves, we're doing for the whole. So if we can look at it like that from a higher perspective, taking time to rest is not a bad thing. We've been conditioned to think that it's a bad thing. It is not. I have learned that the more that I rest, the more I show up in full alignment, the more available I am to be who I'm here to be, as that clear channel, as that clear vessel, as the one experiencing life as an expression of the divine, as we all are. And as we take that sacred rest, we open up so much opportunity, so much possibility, because then we see the signs, the synchronicities, the messages, the telepathy, in all of that, just, our intuitive capabilities, everything starts opening up. And we are being infused with this opportunity right now. It is such an exciting time to be alive on the planet. It really, really is. Okay, Heaven on Earth, Divine Feminine. We were done with those. Cities of Light. Of course, Mount Shasta. It's, it's like I'm speechless, because as I was sharing even the Heaven on Earth card, it was like I kept seeing Mount Shasta, and I've been there like 5 times, and oh my God. See, I got called to bring a crystal with me today. And this crystal I got in Mount Shasta, and it is Lemurian. You see all of the encoding, all of the information in this crystal. And I was thinking as I grabbed this crystal, I'm like, am I going to share this crystal? And I'm like, usually I just grab crystals and I don't really talk about them, but I think maybe I will. And it was like, something was like, you're going to talk about this. And then here comes this card, because this is Mount Shasta energy. And I brought this up with me on the mountain, And I was gritting with it. I was working with it. So the energy of Mount Shasta is coming through this screen right now to you. So just take a moment to breathe it in. Crystals are consciousness. And even if you're not receiving a direct message in this moment, just know that there is a message being delivered. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cities of light, Telos. So this is the fifth dimensional, right? Mount Shasta is the mountain that we see in the third dimension, and Telos is the fifth dimensional consciousness, the city of light, the city of light. And I've had experiences there, communicating, connecting in, and being welcomed in to this city of light. So again, the more that we work on ourselves, the more we clear our channel, the more we are open to connect in. If we're meant to, right? We're not all meant to connect in with the like certain locations or star lineages. It's really, for me, what I feel is that we leave imprints behind from past lifetimes. We leave memories behind. We leave soul fragments. We leave messages encoded as light codes for ourselves in different locations. And so when we're drawn to these locations, and we can travel to them in our meditation. It doesn't have to always be a physical thing. However, going there physically, highly recommended if it's possible. When we go to these locations, we pick up aspects of ourself and we become more integrated into our full capacity, our full potential. And it is so powerful. It really, really is. Inner Earth, inner Earth. So this is, within the mountain is Telos, inner Earth. And there's so many beings. There's so many beings within inner Earth, the elementals that we can work with, right? So again, being in tune, the invitation really is to be in tune and aware to the fact that it's not just us walking on this planet. It's not just us in this physical form who is here. So knowing, and again, we don't have to invite anyone in, and it's like free will. Remember free will. So if you want to develop, if you want to be open to these experiences, the potential is here. It is now. It really is. And not just now, today, on this video as you're watching it, it's going to continue opening and opening and opening. Okay, and it says etheric retreat. So I just said that you can travel in your meditation. So etherically, you can send your light being, you can send your body, you can send your spirit to go and travel to these locations in your meditations. And some of you, maybe I'm getting some of you are doing this in your sleep state as well. So you might wake up feeling exhausted, like you've done a lot of work. You might not remember your dreams. So some of you are doing it in your dreams, and you may remember them, you may not. Here we go. Mount Shasta. Extraterrestrial. It's all here now. It's so beautiful. It really, really is. Okay. Integration. Integration. I love how there is, it's like, just look for a second. Just how, look at the crystal is right here. It's just so perfect. And I love that there is a tortoise. Slow down, slow down, slow down. That is the invitation. If we want to integrate, if we want to really come online in this way, I already talked about sacred rest. It is key. We can't be rushing through life anymore. We can't be, forcing, pushing, hustling. It's just that's the old paradigm. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. And forgive self and others. This is a really big one. So, right, when we are doing things and repeating things that we judge ourselves for, it's imperative that we give it forth, right? We did the best we can. And even if it's happening in this moment and you're doing something and you're like, why am I doing this again? It's like, give yourself grace. The residue of the old structures are releasing. They are coming up to shed. The old identity is dying as you're in this inner transformation. And as you're in this inner transformation, it's like you're not 100% on the other side. And remember, we're in a 9 year of completion. So there's so many stories completing. We have a few more months left of this 9 year before we go into the 10-1 year, right? So new beginnings. 10 is also the full expression, being connected in with the divine, royal courage, radiance, magnetically just calling things in effortlessly, and also planting seeds to create a whole new paradigm. And so we are experiencing right now with this. So I just had to peek again, forgive self and others so I don't get off track. But I just want to say that in this state of this cocoon or this inner transformation, one foot's in the old world, one foot's in the new world. And you might have like a week full straight where you're like, I'm in New Earth, woo! And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, what just happened? And that's the nature of being in the inner transformation. But we're so close. We're so close to being able to hold and sustain and maintain that frequency that keeps us in the heart, in unconditional love. And the more we practice gratitude and really appreciating the moments that we're in it. When you're feeling like you're having such a great day, share that with others. Smile, say hello to someone. Like extend it from your being, like be the radiance of it. And then that amplifies it even stronger for you and it lifts everyone else up around you as well. So again, forgive self and others. That's part of the process. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself if you have a good day and then a bad day. It's okay. It's totally okay. And forgive others, right? And that saying just came through. Like some sayings just pop in my head and I don't ever say them, but that whole forgive others for they know not what they do, that is the truth. That is the truth, soul family. They don't know because they're unaware like we once were. They don't know. So how can we condemn them when they don't know? And we can't force it. We can't force them to know. We can't impose our beliefs and what we think and what we, believe on them. I might have said believe twice, but that's not the way. The way is to be that living embodiment of the energy of that freedom, of the liberation, of not being bound by the stories and the programs and the behaviors that are tying us to the past. We're unbound. And now when we're in this state of open-heartedness, in the moment, full of gratitude, the world's our oyster. We can create whatever we want. And also, we're so in the unknown. Sometimes we don't even know what we're creating, and it's always, 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 always better than what we imagine for ourselves when we get out of our own way and we just stay in that flow. And just, it's like riding the wave of that fluid movement, right? It's part of the divine feminine to be in flow without, like, the structure is the masculine, right? So it's like the balance between the two. So integration, let go of defenses, open the door. So by resting By allowing yourself time for integration, you're opening the door to an expanded state of consciousness. And then you will manifest. These cards are so great. I love them. The creator of these cards live in Glastonbury, and the heart chakra of the planet. It's also the third eye chakra of the planet based on astrology. That's the moving one that happens, with the degrees and the changes and the shifts in astrology. And they live here. And she just had her show where all of her art was showcased, and it just finished today. Highly recommend these cards. Star Child Oracle. They are phenomenal. I love them. I love them. I love them. So, co-creation, gratitude. Remember, co-creation, you're not doing it alone. It's not you. It's you and the divine. And you are the divine. It's like you being locked into that connection. Locked sounds like a very so open to the connection, right? And just allowing that co-creation to come through you. It's being in the flow. That's what I said before. It's being in that flow, the fluidity. That's allowing for that co-creation. Gratitude. Open the heart. Divine alignment. The crown chakra, that card came through. Joyful visions. So it may resonate. It really does work. I've done it again and again and again. I've done work with Joe Dispenza. Highly recommend it. And, on his website, he has meditations and things like that. You can also find him on YouTube as well. It's a very simple practice. You just sit, you clear the channel, right? So for me, like breath work, I do my own practice every morning that has been channeled through me. And it's what I do to reset my energy, to open myself up, and to just clear any of the debris from dream state and from the morning, right? Because right when we wake up in the morning, it's like all of our programs come back online, all of the old emotions, all that kind of stuff. So it's like clearing the channel. And then joyful visions. So this card is saying to manifest joyful visions. Start to see your future, feel your future. You might get a word, a feeling, a sense. You might get a smell. You might get an experiential vision. You might see people in it, but it's like allow yourself time to play in that state and to feel the joy. Have the visions for yourself. And also the greatest thing is that we're experiencing so much of this expansion right now that when you're in those states, feeling the gratitude, feeling the joy, feeling the openness, that is the example for you to use when you go into a meditation and start to, project, direct, deliver into the quantum what it is that you see yourself as. So it's like you're using that example of what you've experienced previously to come back into that state of being. And then just seeing it, feeling it, sensing it, being it, living it in your mind is creating the reality magnetizing to you. So even if you take a few minutes to do this a day, it really helps the manifestation process because it aligns you with the vision you have for yourself in your highest expression. Okay, the last card that came through. Oh my God, you can't make this beautiful. I just love it. The synchronicity, just the flow, self-healing. Well, the card is called Nurture. And the rose, this is center of the universe, heart of the universe. Nurture, self-healing, right? We're talking about this a lot in this reading. Ruby ray. So the ruby ray is going to bring in the healing. It's going to bring you into this higher state of consciousness. And it's also going to help you as you anchor, like nurturing your body, right? So nurturing your body, anchoring into Mother Earth, You can even send your energy into Mother Earth as you are in this state of nurturing and connect in with the 5D grid, right? We're all doing light work, whether you're doing them at home, at the sacred sites. We're all planting these seeds. We're all anchoring light into the earth. It's not just anchoring into our body, it's anchoring into the earth. So we can also connect in through inner earth, through the core crystal of the earth, and link into the root system of Mother Earth in that 5D frequency. We can do that as a visualization internally. So calling that in and birthing, birthing the new earth, birthing the new earth. So this is the message for this week. New earth is here. It's within us. It's within you. It's within me. And it's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice, and it's also a little bit of work. When we're not having, the most expansive experience or the most expansive day, it can be a little bit of work. So again, the invitation is to slow down, make time to nurture yourself, make time for integration. Remember, the veil is thin. We have access to whomever we feel connected into. Be open to the signs, the synchronicities, the messages, the sacred geometry showing up, the locations that are calling you, where you feel like you may have left some soul fragments, some abilities, some messages for yourself from past lifetimes, and those are the places to link into now. And just know that we are here, and trust within. Keep coming back to your heart. Keep coming into that state of gratitude, and the miracles and the magic will continue. Thank you so much for being here with me. And remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment if you have anything to share. I'd love to hear from you. And I will see you next week for the next reading.